So to start this application, I'm using the NARS Multi-Action Toner to help even out Shayna's complexion and also to exfoliate. This toner is great because it doesn't have alcohol in it. So the next step is moisturizer. This moisturizer I'm using is from M.A.C, and it's an Oil Control Lotion for an oilier skin. Now we can start with Shayna's complexion. This product has been in my kit for years. I love these foundations. So this is the Black Opal Cream Stick Foundation, and the color I'm using is truly Topaz, one of my favorite foundations to use on women of color. So easy to use, so easy to blend, and you're going to see I use it throughout this entire foundation application. So now I'm using a stipple brush just to really warm this product up and blend it around Shayna's skin. If you notice, I started the foundation in the center and now I'm buffing it out. So when you're going for a more porcelain airbrush look on the skin, this is one of my favorite go-to brushes for that. Now it's time to lay down Shayna's highlights. This time I'm using Heavenly Honey under the eye, above the brow bone, the bridge of the nose, and along the jawline. Anywhere that light would hit her. You can also use it above the cupid's bow and on the chin. Now I'm going to lay down her contours. This shade I'm using is Beautiful Bronze, and we're going to use it in the hairline, the temple, the side of the nose, and under the cheekbone. You can also use a contouring technique under the neck to make the neck seem longer. It looks kind of messy now, but once we blend everything in, it's going to be seamless, and you won't see anything I place down. Now is the important part, to blend everything together. When doing my highlight and contours, I like to blend everything in with a sponge, starting with the highlights. This way, if you lay down way too much product, you can use the sponge dry to help pick up anything that's excess. This will allow the makeup to look very, very seamless, still look natural, but still give you that sculpt. Now I go back in with the stipple brush to start to blend in my contours. I love taking the shadow into the highlight so that way you don't see where one stops and where one begins. The colors should really just fade into one another. And don't forget to blend in the cheek. Make this as seamless as possible. So now just to add extra dimension, I'm going to set all of my highlights and contours with powder. Now I'm using the Nye Banana Powder back on those high points. Now for the jawline, I'm using the Black Opal Loose Powder in shade Medium. Now I'm going back into Sculpt using the M.A.C Studio Fix Powder in W45 and the NARS Eater Brush. This brush is really great for contouring because it allows you to really lay down those jagged lines and then blend out. So now that we have everything laid out, we need to make it disappear. So now I'm using the Yachio brush from NARS with no product on it and really buffing everything that I just laid out. We don't want to see any product, and especially in this area. So you can see the highlight against the contour really sculpts. Getting above the cupid's bow, the chin, the jawline, underneath the eye. We don't want to see any leftover product. We just want to see that nice highlight and that gorgeous contour. And now it's time to do a little brow. So I'm using M.A.C brow pencil and spiked just to shape Shayna's brow a little bit. So going underneath, doing short feathery strokes to really make sure that brow is nice and clean, just using an angled brush with no product and buffing. Now, to bring some light to the cheeks, using M.A.C blush and Ambering Rose, just popping some color on the cheeks just to make the complexion glow a little bit. Take a little in the temple, and you are all finished.